Hey there, parents. Today we are going to go ahead and do your first score little session here. We're going to keep it under a couple minutes. I think the easiest place to get started is jumps. So that is where we are going to jump in. First thing a coach is going to do is come over here to their quantity chart. We are using the United scoring system. We also use Open Championship scoring system, but for the topic of today's discussion, we'll be using United. Elite and Prep. Why? So we're focusing on jumps here. The coach will choose number of athletes. It spells it out right there. How many kids are on your team? And then over here are the categories of majority, most, and max. That tells me how many kids I need to be doing certain skills. There is no bonus for adding additional athletes to your quantity score. That actually is a detriment to your score. So between 12 and 17 is what we're going to be focusing on here today. So we need to know max score would be 12 kids. So over here, we're going to look at jump get difficulty. This is what we consider coach's score. This is content that needs to be put into the routine to score accordingly over here, 0.51, 1.52. If my coach isn't getting 2.5 on their, sorry, not 2.5, 2.0 on their score sheets, they do not have the correct content in their routine. So we can look over here. Coach wants to score 2.0. It says I've got to have the max number of team performing 3 connected jumps. Well, we know how to find that number. Score needs a 2.0. We've got to put this content in. We come over here, we find we have 12 to 17 kids on the team. That means 12 jumpers will be going in our routine. 13 gets you nowhere. 11 won't get you the 2.0. You have to have 12. So what happens is now it goes to technique score. That's how the kids do the skill. Down here is listed drivers, jump drivers. These are all the things that the kids have to do well to score 3.5, 3.6, that 3.9 that we want. 3.9 is where we want everyone jumping. That means that technique-wise, all 12 of your jumpers should ideally have all of these things done properly in skill content in their jumps. So what happens is if you start putting in extra kids that are above your 13, well, they're not going to have straight legs or pointed toes, and your entire team's score of technique is determined by the weakest link. So the girl that has the bent legs and flexed toes, she scores the technique driver for your whole team. And that, my friends, is why we don't put in more kids than are necessary. Go here, I got 17 kids. I'm going to put my 12 best jumpers, not 13, and I'm going to put those ladies in and hope that they score all great down here in the content that they're required to. So review real quick. Quantity chart, number of kids, how many, what do they got to do, how do they got to do it? Boom.